Jonathan Mayo's down on the floor with Mike Trout. Jonathan, take it away.
Well, Mike, I know things can get a little antsy here, but how are you enjoying the atmosphere here while you're waiting to hear your name called?
It's definitely a great experience, and having fun with my family and friends and coaches up in the stands, and it's a great all-around experience.
Now, I know you probably heard about where you would go, so I'm hoping that you haven't been getting too nervous yet.
I'm getting nervous. I mean, every kid around here, and see where it goes from there.
Can you imagine, obviously, as a kid, this is what you've been waiting for. What's going through your mind as you're waiting for this to happen?
I'm nervous, and it's a dream come true, hopefully.
All right, and hopefully we'll hear Michael Trout's name come off the board pretty soon, guys.
All right, thank you guys very much.
Here is a compilation of MLB stars who were drafted in the MLB Draft.
It's got to be just mind-racking for a young man. Take us back to when you were waiting for that phone call.
You know what? I have a funny draft story. I got drafted behind my older brother, but in the days when you didn't get the phone call, and he had no idea he'd been drafted. So I'm getting a call, and I'm telling Larry, my brother Larry, I said, I went in the 6th round of the Padres, and he went in the 4th round of Texas. And he's like, oh, they're already in the 6th round? And I'm like, yeah, man, they're in the 6th. You went in the 4th. Don't be playing around. You got to be kidding me. Because you don't know. Everybody's sitting there wondering. And I know Mike's going through it right now, but he's sitting pretty good. If you're in this room, he's there for a reason. He's going to get drafted pretty high.
Yeah, he's a great kid. And, again, like you did with Gibson, it's one of these kind of kids you really pull for. You want to see good things happen to him.
As we know, Mike Trout becomes a star in the MLB, and coming into the draft, he was highly touted, and Mike Trout turns out to be an amazing player.
Well, as you talked about earlier, this is a guy that I think really came on strong at the end here. I don't think he was high up on a lot of the boards early on. But, through a lot of good performances and the opportunity to see him play and some workouts, I think he moved up on a lot of boards quickly, and that's why he went to the Angels at
the
this
interesting
point.
thing, and you both can talk to this, is the personal workouts. Yep. You bring a player in, he works out for you. How much of an impression does that make when you bring a kid in one-on-one, you get a chance to see him?
Well, I think it's important because then you're going to have the heat in there. You're going to have the guys that can make decisions. You're going to be able to actually touch and feel and see and talk to. Which is tough to do, and because baseball is being played right up through the draft. You got guys going to the College World Series, so these workouts I think are important for kids, especially if a boy like this, it looks like he's really coming. Now you got a club like Anaheim that has the ability. They've done a great job over the years in player development. Tony Reagan's, they've got a good program over there, and they've got a system that can handle a young player like this.
All right, well, they took an outfielder, a high school outfielder. Quickly, Frank, the Angels, can we assume they're probably going to go with a pitcher here?
No, I don't think so. Eddie Bain, you never know. This guy is an outstanding scout. He's had his scouts working hard. The fact that, they went for the outfielder first, I don't think you really can say that.
Well, I think if you look at their organization, they're deep in pitching.
All right, here we go. The 25th pick from the Angels.
With the 25th selection in the first round of the 2009 first-year player draft, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim select Michael Trout.
As we know, Mike Trout was drafted 25th overall in the first round of MLB Draft to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the 2009 MLB Draft. As we know today, Mike Trout still plays for the Angels.
The Milwaukee Brewers are now on the clock.
That's great.
Outstanding.
Where would you like?
Outstanding, man. That's fantastic.
Oh, this is great.
It really is. Mike Trout of Millville High School. There you see him holding up the Angels jersey.
Smile.
Yeah.
Right, man. The beauty of this is we asked everybody in the country who wanted to come here to come on out. Every player could have came out here. And Michael Trout had the guts and the nerve to come here and sit through it.
That's a great way to put it, because it's a nerve-wracking thing to be here. You don't know.
But you know what? This is what the draft is about. And honestly, I'm so happy for this young one man who came out here to stand at the podium with the commissioner. Because if I had an opportunity on draft day, I'm here. I'm sorry. And to every kid who's sitting out there in the country who didn't come here, I understand the guys at the College World Series are getting ready. But really, this is your draft. This is your opportunity. You should be standing here with the commissioner holding your jersey. That's just how I see it. That's my personal opinion.
I think everybody here agrees with you, Harold. That was fantastic. As for, go ahead.
Well, let's get back to why they took him. This is an excellent draft. This guy's a 5-tool player. He's got the power and speed, that combination you don't see of. He reminds a lot of people of Craig Biggio, who's sitting right in here.
Absolutely.
You look at him physically, that's the kind of guy he is. I think it's a great selection for Eddie Bain and his staff, and I look forward to seeing him in Anaheim.
All right, well, let's hear from Mike Trout right now. Jonathan Mayo is standing by with him.
Well, Mike, I guess I should have come talk to you in the dugout a little sooner, huh?
Yeah, definitely. So excited and good history, team history, and they're winning program, and can't wait to go out and play ball.
When did you have a sense that the Angels, who often do like high school talent, were a team that were seriously interested in you?
I got a feeling before the draft, and things came down the way it came.
You know, Harold was just talking about how exciting it is for a player to come here. Maybe if you want to do, we can clip this, use this as an ad for future draft players, just how exciting an experience this is for you now that you've heard your name called.
It's a great experience, and waited my whole lifetime to do this, and got the opportunity to.
As a kid from the Northeast, I know sometimes it's a little harder. You got to wait for the weather. Was that a little frustrating at times because you knew this was your dream, and weather sometimes got in the way in order for teams to get to see you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was sitting in school, and rainy days, I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to play today, and sad to say, but came through, and games I came, played good, and we had a winning season, and my coaches are out in left field, and say hi to them, and my fans out at Thunderbolt Club, I'll be down in a little bit, and I'm very excited.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. I know your family's chomping at the bit there. Go to them. Thanks very much.
Mike Trout hit .531, a state record 18 home runs this season. He's the 2009 Gatorade Player of the Year in New Jersey, committed to East Carolina, but he goes 25th overall to the Angels.
I'm telling you, when you look back at the 2009 draft, what are you going to remember? Steven Strasburg, and you're going to remember Mike Trout. I'm sorry, that's what you're going to remember.
You hit it
This
right
is
on the nose.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this young man. He is a nice player. When you watch him on tape, when we watched 250 kids out here playing, college and high school on video last week and a half, he's one of the top athletes that you're going to see.
Well,
Fantastic pick.
I hate to move on because it's a great story, but I have to. At number 26, the Milwaukee Brewers on the clock. Frank,
This is what the draft is about right there.
Yes, it is.
That's what it's
Harold.
about.
Yes, it is. What about for the Brewers? What's this draft about?
Well, we got a new scouting.
7 to the New York Mets. Now,
Now we're in the 2010 MLB
Let's
Draft.
welcome in the number 1 overall pick in the 2010 draft as Bryce Harper joins us live here in our coverage of the draft. And Bryce,
With the first pick in the 2010 MLB Draft, the Washington Nationals selected Bryce Harper. And an interesting fact about him was that he was the first junior college player selected number 1 in MLB history in the MLB Draft.
It's been
Incredible.
A lot of fun going through it, and I'm just trying to enjoy it right now with the family.
Hey, Bryce, it's Harold Reynolds here. You know, we talked about earlier how you left high school to go play junior college. You walked 84 times in high school. What was that like going through that, and how difficult was it to make that jump to play some college ball?
You know, it was pretty difficult at the beginning, and then, you know, being around the guys that I was around, all of the kids I played in high school, and my brother being there, and, you know, Coach Tim Chambers, he was a lot of help, and my family and my dad, and, you know, Coach Kevin Higgins, you know, they were all there for me, and they all made it a lot easier for me, and, you know, I had guys in my conference that came after me, and, you know, they just made it a lot of fun, and I loved playing for the College of Southern Nevada, so.
Bryce, Peter Gammons, they announced you as an outfielder. Are you thoroughly prepared to go to the outfield now?
Yeah, you know, I can get better out there, I think. And, you know, anywhere they need me, I'll play. I'll play third, I'll play outfield, you know, I'll play center. Anywhere they need me, I'm there. And I just want to make it, and we'll see what happens when I get there. So.
Hey, Bryce, the transition from aluminum bat to wood bat, how long did it take you to make that transformation? And obviously you did a quite nice job with it, but did you start you're young enough as is. I was going to say at an early age. I mean, you're only 17. But when did you start using wood and trying to make that adjustment?
When I was younger, a guy named Eddie Williams, he came and hit with me, and he told me I needed to put a wood bat in my hand and start swinging from a young age. And I think I was about 7 or 8 years old when I started swinging my first wood, and it was a Hoosier. And it just felt really good in my hands, and when I take BP, that's all I usually hit with, and I'd finish my last 20 swings with aluminum. And I never really swung aluminum until like my last 20 swings. And I think that made it even easier growing up swinging wood my whole life. And that just I think made that a lot easier going into college. So.
Right, so there aren't many teenagers who are on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Did it sort of make you feel like a marked man this year?
I think our whole team, we had a huge target on our chest. We had a lot of guys come in from D1s and play, Donnie Roach and Aaron Kurtz and my brother, Brian Harper. I think everybody on the team had a target and everybody needed to keep their cool and everybody just needed to calm down a little bit at the beginning and, it made it a lot of fun. We wanted that target on our chest and we knew we were the best and, some things don't work out and sometimes you don't have that Cinderella story at the end or that storybook ending. So, unfortunately that didn't work out for us, but, we had a great season and I had a lot of fun and everybody did, so.
You're living the Cinderella story right now. Bryce Harper, the #1 pick in the 2010 draft. Thanks for taking the time. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
There you have Bryce Harper. I've always said catcher Bryce Harper. Now I got to get used to saying outfielder Bryce Harper. He was the #1 pick. We just saw the #7 pick, the New York Mets taking Matt Harvey. And what a story this guy really is. You haven't had a chance to talk about him quickly, right?
Now we're in the 2011 MLB
I
Draft.
think it really did because you were expecting Cole, Rendon, maybe Hudson to go in that area and really Bauer, those guys. Now they're getting picked, but it's out of order, and I think Rendon's the one guy that's missing.
And we do want to remember that sometimes these things happen so quickly at the end. I remember Roger Clemens was the 11th pitcher taken in 1983.
The Nationals' 6th pick. It's coming up in seconds. Their time is now out. Bubba Starling went 5th overall to the Kansas City Royals. It's time to go to the podium here soon to find out who the Nats are taking.
With the 6th selection of the 2011 first-year player draft, the Washington Nationals select Anthony Rendon, a third baseman from Rice University, Houston, Texas. The Arizona Diamondbacks have the next pick, and they are now...
With the 6th pick in the 2011 MLB Draft, the Washington Nationals selected Anthony Rendon out of Rice University.
Happy 21st birthday to this guy. What a present. Yeah, the #1 college bat in the draft, selected out of high school in the 27th round by the Braves in 08, decided to play for the legendary Wayne Graham at Rice, and what a decision as Anthony Rendon is taken.
Many of these players may have been drafted earlier and or later in previous drafts, but they have the option to decline and go back to college and or anywhere else. And so now he's been drafted again, this time to the Washington Nationals, and he took that offer.
At #6, where do you think he'll fit in down the road with this organization?
Well, you're looking at the versatility. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said he's played some second base. He can play third. He's an athlete. There's no telling. But you draft the athlete and you figure it out after that. And that's really what Mike Rizzo looked at. I think they felt good about the medicals, and they drafted the athlete.
We saw the reaction from Anthony Rendon and his family and friends there. The Rice Owl joins us now live. And Anthony, congratulations. You were sliding a couple spots. We ran a great piece on you where you said you didn't care about your draft stock. How excited are you that you went 6th overall to the Washington Nationals?
I mean, I'm super excited about it. Words can't even explain what I'm going through right now. I got so many things going through my mind, but just for the Nationals, give me an opportunity to extend my career. It's awesome.
Hey, Anthony, Harold Reynolds here. Congratulations. I know you're relieved, man. We were watching you in the monitors. I know you're relieved, so congrats. My question for you, the ankle, the shoulder, tell us how you're feeling, because there's a lot of talk about the medical reports, and how are you feeling? How do you think you're doing right now?
I'm feeling great. I have no problems with me right now. I think my injuries, they only make me stronger as a person. I went through 2 ankle surgeries. It wasn't fun, but I had to deal with it. And then now I have the shoulder injury. But in baseball, you have to deal with adversities, and as a player, you got to overcome them.
Anthony, it's John Hart. Congratulations. And my question is this: you're a third baseman at Rice. Any other spots that you can play that you feel comfortable at, like second base?
Thank you. Yeah, and I feel comfortable playing anywhere. I just love being on the field. I played every position growing up. I played outfield. I played third, short, second, first. I pitched in high school. So I just wanted the chance to be out there.
Anthony Peter Gammons, when you talked to the Washington Scouts, did they talk to you about the possibility of moving around, playing other positions?
No, no, nobody ever told me about moving in a different position, but I knew it was a possibility. Obviously, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm very small for a third baseman, so I'm open up for any ideas.
Hey, is this your best birthday ever?
Yeah, it is. 21st birthday and drafted. I mean, it can't get much better than this.
No. To be Anthony Rendon. Well done. Congratulations, Anthony. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
There you have him. The Washington Nationals take Anthony Rendon, who turns 21 on this day. So now let's move on to the 7th overall pick, less than 2 minutes away. Arizona Diamondbacks' second selection of the night. It's going to be interesting. Their first pick, Trevor Bauer. Peter, your thoughts on where they may go here with this selection?
Well, I know they wanted to build up pitching. I mean, they essentially, in trading away Brett Anderson and Matt.
Pick, how can you?
Now we're in the 2012 MLB Draft.
Commissioner Bud Selig will make his way to the podium, which is right between our two noggins here on the set, and we will find out who the #1 pick in the Major League Baseball first-year player draft is. So many people have been saying Mark Appel. If not Appel, Byron Buxton. Let's find out right now.
With the first selection of the 2012 first-year player draft, the Houston Astros select Carlos Correa.
With the first pick in the 2012 MLB Draft, the Houston Astros selected Carlos Correa out of Puerto Rico Baseball Academy, Santa Isabel. This was the highest selection that a player out of the Puerto Rico Baseball Academy was selected in an MLB draft. This is a very historic and iconic moment in sports history in MLB draft history.
Puerto Rico. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
Carlos Correa is the #1 pick in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft. And you're looking at the pride and joy of the Puerto Rican Baseball Academy. Highest draft pick to ever come out of the academy. That distinction used to belong to catcher Ramon Castro, who's taken with the 17th pick in 1994. Carlos is verbally committed to play at the University of Miami, but after experiencing all this, we shall see. This means so much for not only Carlos, but his entire family. Many of his family members are here tonight. You saw them embrace him, especially his father, Carlos Sr., a construction worker who pulls shifts from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m., then comes home every day to hit his son ground balls and throw him batting practice.
I tell you what, looking at all the video, we've been discussing this before, when you got a shortstop of his caliber, it's hard to pass on the first pick with this kid. I mean, you're talking about a profitable, projected Alex Rodriguez, Troy Tulowitzki type of player. So it's a shocker, but it's a tremendous shocker, no doubt.
We're going to talk much more about the #1 pick. For now, let's join Sam Ryan, who's with the #1 pick in this draft, Carlos Correa. Take it away, Sam.
Carlos Correa, your stock was rising since last week. Your name really out there. How exciting is this for you and your family?
Well, I feel so excited to be the #1 pick. I just worked hard to be here, and right now we are doing a great job, and I feel proud to be here and excited.
You heard Greg Amsinger talk about the highest pick from Puerto Rico, number 17, Ramon Castro. Back in 1994, you're the only #1 pick out of Puerto Rico. What does this mean for your island?
This means a lot. I mean, I have been working hard. I want the Puerto Rican baseball grows up. We got a lot of good players down there, and I only want that Puerto Rican baseball grows up. That's all I want.
Ivan Rodriguez is here tonight. I know you spoke with him. You've spoken with Robbie Alomar.
Once again, all the players selected in this video so far go on to become superstars in the MLB.
Well, they have advised me very well. They have told me a lot about baseball, obviously, and they have taught me well. Sandy Alomar has been working with me in the ballpark down there in my hometown. I feel proud that they have helped me a lot. I feel good. It feels good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Greg, back to you.
Sam, thank you so much. What a moment for Carlos Correa. You know, 20 years ago, the Astros passed on a shortstop in the first round. They took Phil Nevin. That shortstop was Derek Jeter. They're not going to make the same mistake twice in 2 decades. Walk us through that, the scouting eye you have on Carlos Correa, John.
When you look at Carlos Correa, you draw it up as a middle infielder. It's what you want. I mean, obviously the size jumps out to you, 6'4", But again, there's sixes all across the board, and that might even be light. You look at it, the hit and the power are both there. This guy's got a good feel for it. The only thing that is fringe for him right now is his run, which really doesn't matter. Outstanding fielder with plus arm as well. This guy's light on his feet. He's a physical shortstop that has all the tools. He's more in the line of a Troy Tulowitzki and Alex Rodriguez, the bigger, more physical type shortstops.
Worst case scenario, he gets too big for short. He moves to third. He's going to be a plus defender. The bat's going to play there. I mean, it's really, it seems like a surprising pick, but as we mentioned at the top, he went to a lot of workouts. He wowed every team, including the Houston Astros, with what he did, and that moved him into the mix. And then I'm sure when they started talking dollars and cents, when things may not have worked out with some of the guys they were looking at, it's not a reach. They're not going to Carlos Correa saying it's because we can afford him. We can afford him, and he belongs in that caliber.
Well, I said before the draft pick here that it would tell us a lot about the direction the Astros are going in. They went out and got what they felt was the best player, and I can't deny that. Let's go to the breakdown, looking at this young man and being able to study him on tape. You know, there's a lot of things you love about him. First of all, the swing is nice, but this is the biggest thing that you look at. He's 6'4", 190, and he's 17 years old. He's going to continue to grow, and he's going to continue to get to know himself even better. But the first thing you think about is not just a guy that can hit offensively at shortstop. You want to catch the ball. Watching him take ground balls, he is as advanced as any high school player you'll see. And the comparisons, as I went back through tape, remind me of this guy. Yeah, him. Alex Rodriguez. And as Alex was the #1 pick in high school, the similarities were uncanny. Who else he remind me of? Manny Machado. A couple years ago, the Orioles picked Manny Machado. He's shooting through the system. And I'll tell you, when you got a chance to grab a shortstop who can be the centerpiece of your foundation of an organization moving forward, you don't pass on that. He's on the phone right now. Larry Durker, are you excited? Go ahead, just give us a wave, because I know Larry knows what I'm talking about. And he's on the phone right now with the Astro people. But congratulations to Carlos. But I'm telling you guys, it's tough to pass, John, on a shortstop like that.
Harold, it is, and I think your point about the organization playing its hand, Jeff Luhnow said, okay, this is not going to be a quick fix. This is a kid that we're going to have to put into our system. It's going to take a little bit longer. It always does for high school kids, but the reward has a chance at 21 years old. You have a chance to have something very, very special that you just don't find. Big physical shortstops that can defend.
I got to ask you, what happened? Why do you think he went 1 and not Appel and Buxton?
I think there are a couple of reasons. I think one, private workouts can mean an awful lot to certain teams. Not everybody, but I think for the Astros, it clearly worked, and he wowed them. He wowed them with his offense and his defense, and his makeup was off the charts. This is a kid who could handle the rigors of going through the minor leagues. They decided not to go with, we better take the guy who's going to make the big splash in the big leagues first. They went with the guy that they thought was going to be the biggest star. Now, maybe that was Byron Buxton to some people, but in their draft room, it ended up being Carlos Correa.
Let's bring in Peter Gammons. Peter, what do you make of the shortstop that went #1, Carlos Correa?
Well, I heard right after his 2 days in Kissimmee, Florida, that he absolutely blew them away. And that was exactly what they told people. And their baseball people really wanted this guy. They thought he was the best player in the draft. His balance, his quickness with his feet, both at the plate and in the field, and with his setup and throwing. They said, this guy is a shortstop. He's not going to have to be moved to third. They really pushed for it. So even though some people thought, well, we got to go pitcher, they clearly went with the baseball people.
Let's join Baseball America's Jim Callis. Jim, your reaction to the #1 pick, what'd you think?
I'm a little surprised. I thought it was going to be Appel, but from a talent standpoint, very deserving. We had Carlos Correa ahead of Mark Appel on our off the board.
Now we're in the 2013 MLB Draft.
White Sox, and I continue to go back to your mock draft. What are you expecting here, Jonathan? You know what? Never mind. Let's just go to the podium.
Okay. With the 17th selection of the 2013 first-year player draft, the Chicago White Sox select Tim Anderson, a shortstop from East Central CC, Decatur, Mississippi.
The 17th pick in the 2013 MLB Draft, the Chicago White Sox selected Tim Anderson out of East Central Community College, Decatur, Mississippi.
Congratulations to Tim Anderson, a junior college star. 53 games, he had .495, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs, 41 stolen bases.
Harold, this young man has come a long way in a year's time. It's, again, a multi-sport player. Didn't get drafted out of high school. I don't think people really knew him after he went to junior college, but this is, again, a center of the diamond player. He's got amazing speed. He's very athletic. I think he can stay at shortstop, and he's got some surprising pop for a guy that's not that big.
Well, I'm excited for baseball, and one of the problems we've had in the major leagues, 7% African-American players in the big leagues. We've seen now 3 or 4 come off the board already. And we're looking at the athleticism. We got guys, Tim Cited stayed in basketball. He's not getting picked tonight. He picked baseball. He's in the first round. This is a great message. It's a great story, but this kid's going to be a big league player. He immediately becomes one of the best position players in the White Sox organization. This is a depleted organization that needed to get better. He becomes one of the better everyday players right now.
And they've been taking some of those toolsy guys who can hit. You know what? You leave him at shortstop for now. He's athletic enough. If you have to move him to center field, all right. You know, then he's going to be a real good center fielder. Top of the order type. I think you're right. There's some surprising pop there. And it's pretty amazing. This guy he didn't just go undrafted out of high school. He went undrafted after his first year of junior college, then went back, and it clearly worked out for him that he didn't go late in the draft, and he really worked on his craft. More baseball, focusing on the sport. You see the benefits of that.
It's time for our first look of Tim Anderson, presented by Bowman. Tim is standing by with Sam Ryan.
Yeah, and Tim missed a couple of buttons here. How much of a surprise is this to you?
It's very shocking. I'm so excited. I'm lost for words right now.
Well, congratulations. And when you think about what you've been through, and only one junior college offering you a baseball scholarship as a former basketball player, how do you sum up the experience and how far you've come?
I'll say that dreams do come true and never give up. It was tough.
Andre Dawson here tonight, Darryl Strawberry here. They spoke with you before the draft and gave you some words of advice. What did they tell you?
I'm so excited I can't even remember right now. Whatever it was, I'm pretty sure I remember later.
Courtney Hawkins was drafted by the White Sox last year. He was here. Now you were drafted by the White Sox. Have you had any interaction with him?
I haven't. I don't think I remember him doing a flip. That's all I remember.
Yes, and you will not do a flip tonight, correct?
No, I can't flip.
No, we don't want you to. Well, congratulations, and we're going to have you put your name on the board. Make it official.
Tim Anderson, the junior college shortstop, terrific offensive numbers. A terrific athlete. Matt Yellow, Jim Keller standing by. What do you make of this pick? Well, it looks like the 2 best-rated shortstops, Greg, are off the board right now in Crawford and Anderson. Jim, is it possible we're not going to see another shortstop until the 2nd round?
I think that's very possible, Matt. It's not a deep shortstop draft at all. Like we were discussing, I thought Tim Anderson was going to go real quick after Crawford did, and he did. 3 candidates, I think, could go in the bottom of the 1st round to a team looking for a shortstop. I've heard a little Riley Unruh, who we have ranked at number 50, a little Tucker Newhouse, who we have ranked at number 83, and even a little Christian Arroyo, who we have ranked down at 102.
Our last selection in this video is also from the 2013 MLB Draft.
With the 32nd selection of the 2013 first-year player draft, the New York Yankees select Aaron Judge, a center fielder from Fresno State University, Fresno, California.
With the 32nd pick in the 2013 MLB Draft, the New York Yankees selected Aaron Judge out of Fresno State University, Fresno, California.
Aaron Judge, he stands out. You're looking at a kid that is 6'7", 255 pounds. Matter of fact, he would match Frank Howard as the largest outfielder in Major League Baseball history.
I don't think that jersey fits. Hey, this kid's big. He's a stud. But you know what the difference between Frank Howard, any of those big names you want to throw out there? They said center field. This kid can run. He's an athlete. I mean, it's like incredible watching him move around.
Yeah, he can, and he's got huge power to all fields. This is a kid.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. We'll have more content out in the future. I really love doing this for you all, and I really want to continue to spread the history and culture of these drafts for you all. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. If you could, please subscribe. That would really help our channel out. And thank you all so much for watching. Once again, God and the Lord bless. Sports Draft History is out.